Hello, and welcome back to the Gulf Coast News Network. My name is Kevin Beatty. Nowadays, you notice there's a whole lot of confusion and a whole bunch of talking points on big news outlets and big news networks all across the internet. But today, we've decided to take it to the community and ask what they think. We're going to be asking about political and social topics, and amongst those, who to vote for and why. Kevin Beatty, nice to meet you.
Kevin, nice to meet you. I'm David.
So the first question was, what was your stance on the war in Ukraine? And what was your answer?
I mean, like I said, I don't keep up with the news, so I mean,
I understand.
really there's a lot of misinformation that I don't know about. I mean, obviously, you know, at the start, I know Ukraine kind of got put in, you know, quite the predicament, unfortunately, and you know, when it comes to Russia, I know a lot of families from Russia support Ukraine too. So it's sort of...
What does your vision of the future of America look like to you?
Unfortunately, I feel like our generation's kind of bringing it downhill quite a bit, but...
Grand scheme, goal, what's the aspiration here?
I think, you know, cheaper education, you know, we gotta look after our people. You know, first come first, you know, it's just, I feel like a lot of times we're worrying about other countries and, you know, immigration issues and stuff like that, you know, we don't really use our resources to help our own people. And a lot of our resources just go to waste, unfortunately.
Agreed. On nations that we don't know and people who aren't there to help us when we need it.
You're correct, yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, David. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
What is your view and standpoint on the war in Ukraine?
I hate that they're at war. I feel for the people, but I don't like all the money that the United States, the billions and billions that they're sending there. But we got to help them, so.
People need help, and we're currently the financial support. How do you feel about it?
I feel similar. I think that we should help them somewhat. But the money, like I said,
a whole bunch of it.
And being retired and old, I don't.
What does your guys' vision of the future of America look like?
We're probably going to get bombed, nuclear bomb, and we're going to be done. That's what I think.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility.
I'm more optimistic. I think.
I appreciate it.
I think it will probably be a problem, but we'll get through it.
As we have in the past.
We always have.
All right, and the third question, who did you vote for and why?
Trump.
Trump, and why?
Because I wanted the country to be strong and not give it all away. Yep.
We need someone who's good with finances.
Yes.
And who did you vote for?
I voted for Biden.
And why?
Because I don't think President Trump really cares about the American people.
All right. I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you again.
Thank you.
What is your stand on the war in Ukraine? I know. Tough ones.
My stance on it is that our geopolitical actions over the last 20 years have led us into this quagmire that we should not be involving ourselves in, to basically have a pissing match over resources, both food and fuel and energy, and ignoring our promises that we made through NATO when the USSR dissolved is a mistake.
What does your vision of the future of America look like?
Honestly, when people embrace the locality, so local community, local environment, local infrastructure, there's something called the Goldsmith hypothesis, which involves circulating your dollar economy back into your local system and allowing that to be your borrowing agent. And I think when we left that, we made a huge mistake. So the vision that I see is that we will give up on multinational corporation embracement. We would walk away from allowing gentrification through national change and what's going geopolitical tie-ins. And we will realize the value again of like our locality, and out of that will come diversity in culture, and through that, diplomacy.
Who'd you vote for and why?
So what, last election or now?
This election.
This election, I am not voting for either of the what I'm going to assume are going to be octarians soon.
Yep.
And I'll probably be giving it to RFK because anybody who has the legal ability to represent over 30 years, environmental and corporate, and has the backing of an established family. So you're not going to find somebody that's not embedded. You better have somebody that knows the game.
The community has spoken. I've had 4 great interviews with 4 different people, all with different political views. This has been Kevin Beatty with Gulf Coast News Network. I appreciate your time and thank you for listening in.